Hey, how's it going, everyone? What we got here is a little trouble in the dollar. Looks like we got a little rejection. It is coming back into this previous range. I got previous highs over here for support, 97.5 on in. It's like 97.5 all the way to 97. It could take this whole range out, come all the way back into previous highs down here, but definitely a top pattern breakdown, closing below previous lows outside the channel. We did have a reversal working, but you can see the rejection going past. It was a reverse head and shoulders, so going past the head on the close is a failed pattern. So we tried and failed. So there we go. Does not look good for the dollar right now. So let's see, I got a little message here. Oh, looks like I got some people following me now. There you go. Thanks for following me. We'll have to set something up in some kind of a chat format, share information. So anyone on TradeView, anyone using TradeView, it's free. Go ahead and follow me. I'm at rustysmetals. So just look in the description for that link, I guess. But the more the merrier, I guess. Thanks for following. So there we have it. We broke down into previous highs, coming into the next range, could fall. I got support all the way across, but definitely a breakdown. I got a head and shoulders top that we were working, double tops. I got a rejection here outside that pattern, all the way back down, came through, and just straight and narrow, just bombed it today. Down 68 points, well below 100. That's where we got rejected at. So let's keep on going here. S&P. It's our chance to shine in the minors when the dollar's coming down like that. I got previous high breaks, but rejection closing below the previous high now. I guess it's right at previous high. So is that the throwback into support? Or are we going to get a whipsaw back through? It's this two-bar pattern that started it all off. We had a price pattern reversal, shot the moon, and today gets rejected. I think that's a whipsaw so far. It came out, came in, and closed right at. So that's I'm going to say it's closing below support. Previous high is our support. So it went out the pattern, back into the pattern, and back at the close. So I'm going to say a bearish retracement on the close, getting rejected on the outside. See what happens with this. That could be the start right there. That little twisted candle trying to pop its head out, came back in and closed just at the previous high support resistance line. And I'm going to say that's a bearish retracement whipsaw. The throwback didn't take. It was a pretty weak breakout, came back in, found some support. I guess it is closing at support, but because it went back in and then through back, I'm going to say it's a bearish retracement. So I'm going to say weak. It is a higher high too. It's a debacle. conundrum. I don't know. It's got to be bearish, but let's follow this 2-bar pattern. If it wants to come back in, let's make sure that that 2-bar pattern is always in focus. Previous low breaks at 23, 24. I got previous high support at 23, 24. Just make sure we take a notice on the 2-bar pattern that started it all off. Price is closing at the previous high on that 2-bar pattern, so let's watch it fall back in. The VIX is still building off that bottom. Treacherous. It's building pretty nicely. At a 3-bar pattern across the 8, back into support, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Looks like it's going to pop. I got the yen coming back in to support that bullish retracement. I got the Dow Jones still getting rejected off that top side push. Lower high once again. It's building a bearish attitude day after day after day. NASDAQ makes another high. That just makes me laugh so bad. Look how steep that line is. Watch out below, as there's no support holding this up. Absolutely no support at all. Very steep lines. It's gone parabolic from the last breakout. Looking for some kind of parabolic exhaustion move. Those long wicks, like the big push, the last exhaustion, and then leaving a nice big giant wick for us at the end of the day. Still haven't seen that on NASDAQ. So, you know, closing on its highs could just keep going. Always watch when it closes on its lows or its highs. The next candle opening could make that double top happen, or that double bottom on the bottoms. Closing on its highs. I can't believe this stupid thing. Crude. Nice bounce. Below support, back through resistance. Into resistance on the 34s. So it, boom. Kind of whipped it right back across resistance. Coming back into resistance on the 8 on the top, or the 34 on the top side. Looks like it got rejected just a tiny bit. Watch for some kind of opposing point above support. Make sure that opposing point stays above support. And let's just climb it on up. Support's got to hold always. Looks like the Nikkei hit a top there. It's trying to get through, but now we got a double top. Double top on the Nikkei. I suspect that this is going to go back in anyways. Lots of gaps to fill. Coal. Boom, 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 boom. And then back in. Stupid coal. Should have been a lot more bullish than that today. But nonetheless, it crossed over the 34 back into support. Now watch for those failed moves across the 34, but looks like we're doing all right. We had a nice double bottom, A-B bottom, 2-bar pattern off that. Back and forth in the pinch. Bam. It looks bullish. It just has to come back in for a little retreat, I guess. Gather its legs and try again. 10-year on the daily. Looks bearish. It's got to hold that support. It's on the teeter. Little wobbly legs there. It's going to fall over. Crossed over the 34. Back into support. But that support is on its highs on this top pattern. And Yeah, it looks like a rejection off the 8 on the weekly. Double topping it. It looks bearish. Nice gusto across the move. Maybe it needs to get that right shoulder all the way back in. See the left shoulder head? Maybe it needs that right shoulder. Looks like it's a bearish retracement back into resistance, got rejected. So watch for previous low breaks. It's a weekly chart. Looks like the Shanghai came through support, back through resistance on a nice little bounce there. Crossed over the 8, back into the 8, boom. Rubbing on those previous lows right now. Trying to get through those previous lows, get up there in that next range. Looks like Shanghai Composites reached its limits on the bottom, on the downside. Still working that double top though. Gold. What is going on with gold? Looks like gold's coming back in. No problem with that. Oh, excuse me, I was looking at something else, I guess. Reached that bottom, it's still climbing. Crossed over the 8, back into the 8, then nice inverted hammer. Continuation coming. Lots of resistance on the upside. Got to get across that 34. Get that 34 for support. We got the 8 for support. That 13 is crossing downside. Let's get the pop across the 34-13 in a combination pop. I got a reversal, head and shoulders. That was pretty brutal. Last retracement. Still got a lot of resistance on the upside on the daily for gold. Nice turn though. Silver, doing a little bit better, little bit better, little bit better. Crossed over the 8 into the 13, got rejected slightly. Continued in. Today, closing at previous, just above previous lows, at previous lows. Busted into these previous lows and those previous lows, got stopped out by that previous low. So let's break into this previous low, ride that range up. It's almost there. We can do it. Silver looks good on that bottom. Maybe a little push into the 34 before Friday's close. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. I was looking at copper just a little while ago, wondering why it's not coming with us, but it looks like it's coming our way just a tiny bit here and there. I need copper to follow gold and silver this time around on a good push together. All together now. Hit resistance, got rejected. Now I've been pretty steady climbing. I got that inverted hammer here. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Closing on its highs today. Busting into previous lows here. Looks like I've got just a very close previous low at 2.6, 2.55, 2.56. There we go. So it's coming off the bottom. Bounced off of support. Give us that opposing point. It's got a hold. Is that a bearish retracement back into resistance? It's got to take out that lower high trend line. Looks good. It's got that same turn as gold and silver. So maybe we got, maybe we'll have a push all together. Bitcoin, looks like Bitcoin slid under 17. Still riding support on the way up. It's got the action of a pennant, but it's not really true yet. The pennants are really tight. I guess you can say it's a pennant, but it needs a little bit of work. I got legs on the downside. Got legs, gathering its legs, gathering its legs, gathering its legs, pop. Let's see what happens on that. I got gold silver ratio still coming down off that push. GDX, nice pop over the 34. It kind of stalled today, but still above the support that we wanted. So very good. Very, very good. I got real quick here. I got to get going. GDXJ, same thing. I need to get over that 34 on the daily. Nugget, same thing. It's a bullish haramis on all three of those. Got to get over that 34. Nugget, JNUG, same thing. Got a bullish harami. I get to go into this gap, ride it on up. GDST, bearish, of course. And it's not holding there. And I had a nice bearish retrace falling star there over underneath the 34. So I got rejected by the 34 on the way up. Still trying to get that support over the 8. Making a double bottom now. So look for steel to make a run. AG, nice pop. Hanging its head over the 34 still. Gather its legs, try again. NAK coming back into support as well. URA, UEC. UEC is coming back into support. URA might take another run. And then URRE. Back into support. It's building its legs. Nice pattern. That's it, guys.